This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ioniq 9 is available in extremely limited quantities at select dealers in select states only. EPA estimated range based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
Ever walked past a place for rent and wish you could just peek inside? Maybe even explore the layout? Envision the natural light streaming through the windows, or plan where your vinyl record collection would go. At Apartments.com, you can. With tools like their 3D virtual tours, you can see the exact unit you'd be living in. Really envision yourself in your new home with Apartments.com. The place to find a place.
All right, places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens. Other animals. And action. This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Good morning, Rockaholics. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Danny V.
Hi.
Danny's back. I got to update you guys, though, on some drama that unfolded last night with my child.
Oh, boy.
I got a little mom-shamed.
Okay.
So he has one of those little, tablets that you can write and erase text on. So he told me he wanted to make a list of good and bad people in his life.
Oh, I wonder what he's going to say after all.
I'm sick of you.
So I'm like, what do you mean? Like Santa's naughty and nice list? He's like, yeah, pretty much like that. I'm like, okay, well, are there people that are mean to you at school? And he's like, no, not really. And I'm like, oh, well, that's good to know. I said, well, who would you put on the bad list? And he goes, you.
Really?
Number 1 draft pick for the bad list. And I go, why? And he goes, because sometimes you yell at me.
Well, he's right.
And my heart just shattered. And I said, buddy, you know what? I'm going to try to yell less.
Oh, I thought you yelled at him for that. Like, that's... Wouldn't that be so awful?
Oh, my gosh. But I was like, oh, man, he put me number 1 on the bad list. So now I got to get my ass over to the good list.
Well, where's Dad on the list? How's Brad
Dad
doing?
was on the good list.
Is he the number 1 draft pick?
He was number 2, I think, on the good list.
Grandma or Grandpa number 1?
Actually, we never even got to that. It was all his friends from school that he loves.
Okay.
Dad, and then just me on the bad list by myself. But the crazy thing is, I didn't even yell at him yesterday.
See, I just thought he was going to put you on the bad list because of your days at WSU. He listens to the show and is like, oh, mom's a baddie.
She was wilding out back in the day.
And he's a big fan of the Huskies after that. So.
Ew. Don't say such things ever.
I remember one time, it's sometimes you don't want to ask questions that you don't want answers to. I think that's really one of the best life lessons when it comes to kids because there's no filter. And I remember asking, kind of trying to rate me in the list of the people in our home. And this is a time where we didn't have Lucy. I feel like now I would drop down the number. It was Mom.
Totally.
Then it was Mom, DJ. And then I was tied for 3rd with Lulu when Lulu was still around. And I was like, this is ridiculous. What do I got to do to improve my standing?
We got some work cut out for us, Steve.
Yeah.
Well, while we think about that, let's inform the Rockaholics.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. And today it's National Egg Day. Danny's back. Did you bring him some eggs?
I did not bring any eggs today, but
failure.
I did give some to our neighbors yesterday. I gave them a dozen.
All right, Danny, we're putting together a good and bad list. Where are you going to put Taryn Daly?
She's a bad egg, Steve.
She's a definite bad egg. All right, dumb question, but how you eating your eggs?
Ooh, I really like to make a frittata. That's like one of my favorite things. You can load it up with veggies. You can add some meat if you want. So good.
Now, are the eggs scrambled in that? Or
Yeah,
like
you kind of scramble them and then
okay.
like you pour it into like a skillet of sorts, and you can put it in the oven and bake it up real nice.
Oh.
I like to put peppers and spinach and mushrooms.
I feel like you're describing a quiche.
It's a distant cousin of the quiche.
Okay, 'cause that's
there's some similarities.
Because I'm a big quiche kind of person. Well, I haven't had it because I don't eat eggs anymore. But I always thought quiche was always underrated.
Now, like, do the fake eggs, do they like stand up okay if you tried to use them as a...
I should try it.
Yeah, you should do that.
Danny, how you going with your eggs?
Oh, good fried egg.
A good fried egg.
Oh, yeah, over easy. With the runny yolk, that's all I need.
Over easy was always that's like the best. Put that on top of hash browns. Hash browns, yeah.
You can dunk your toast in it a little bit.
You can even put it on a hamburger.
Yes.
So Loco Moco.
Bro, the Red Robin burger with the egg. Oh, especially when they don't overcook that egg and it just gets extra just gooey and nasty.
We need to go to breakfast.
Sounds like it. Hey, we need to celebrate the accomplishments of Randy Johnson. Yesterday was the 35th anniversary of his no-hitter that he had with the Mariners, and the Mariners announced that they will retire Randy Johnson's number 51 during the 2026 season. It's kind of funny. You go on social media and be like, wait a second, number 51 is being retired this year by Ichiro because he also wore the jersey number. But this happens from time to time in the world of baseball and probably in any sport where guys have worn the same jersey number and that number gets retired for both of them. So I think it's awesome. Obviously, he was a great part of this team. Some people not happy with how he left, but you can't knock what he did for this team while he was here. Plus, he threw a pitch and it hit a bird.
It was pretty epic.
One of the most epic moments in all of sports history. So he is just the fifth player in Mariners history to receive the honor. He'll be joining Ken Griffey Jr., Edgar Martinez, Ichiro, and also Jackie Robinson,
of course,
his number is retired by all the teams.
Yes. The Enumclaw Police Department and the Enumclaw School District need the public's help. They are trying to identify these 3 armed and masked individuals that broke into Enumclaw High School on May 31st. They didn't do there was no theft, no vandalism,
so
nothing
what are they
like that.
doing?
I don't know.
Using the bathroom?
Footage, I think one of them looks like has a gun. The other one's like videotaping on his phone. Like they're probably just doing it for the gram. I don't know.
Do you think they just did it just to confuse the living F out of everybody?
Probably.
'Cause I saw the story. I'm like, what is happening here?
It didn't look like they were, causing any danger, but people want to know who they are. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Hey, as far as weather, we're hitting a high of 72 degrees. It's going to be a cloudy day today. The DMD is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and that's what's up.
The Daily Migs Show.
You mentioned Randy Johnson. Speaking of him, he did have some interesting things to say about how he felt it took so long for the Mariners to acknowledge what he did for the team.
Oh, the big unit speaks.
You're going to hear from Randy at 6:20.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9, a 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ioniq 9 is available in extremely limited quantities at select dealers and select states only. EPA estimated range based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
There's artificial intelligence. Then there's apartmental intelligence. Yep, it's a thing. Apartments.com knows how to find the exact place you have in mind. Want a 3-bedroom condo in a walkable downtown? Done. Or that single-family home with a yard in a quiet neighborhood? Easy. With over 1 million rental listings, plus search tools that make moving simple, their apartmental intelligence can get you a place that gets you. Visit Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
The Seattle Mariners have announced their plans to retire Randy Johnson's number 51 jersey next season in 2026. And this comes just months after they are retiring the same number for Ichiro Suzuki.
Yeah, which begs the question, if you're getting a number 51 jersey, what nameplate are you getting on the back of it? Ichiro or Johnson? I know you love the Johnson.
I do. I love the big unit. That's for sure. I probably, just because of that was the era of Mariners that really drew me in as a kid. I think I would pick Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
What about you?
Ichiro.
Ichiro?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the Mariners do have pretty strict criteria for retiring jerseys, so it's a very big honor. And King 5 was talking about with Randy Johnson having his number retired.
I'm happy that ownership is going to acknowledge my 10 years of contribution there. For whatever reason, after I left Seattle I was traded. I didn't walk away for whatever reason.
He's always been told, people always talk about how he's kind of like a cranky, salty dude. He's definitely living up to the brand already. Like, it just sounds like he's just a little bitter.
Oh, completely.
Like, he's just like, this freaking team finally is going to put me in there.
For whatever reason, the ownership then didn't make this happen. I suppose I was a little disappointed that my accomplishments over the 10 years there, especially 1995, I think a lot of people would probably agree that's probably the most important year in Seattle Mariner history to this date.
He's not wrong, but I'm ready for there to be another year that people reference. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I know 2001 was a good year, but that was kind of a major letdown after winning 116 games. And 95 is the year everyone goes back to.
We deserve some of that again.
Yeah, it's time for 2025.
Let's go.
Let's talk 2025.
It was also my biggest year, winning the Cy Young and going 18-2, and the team being 27-3 in games that I pitched there, and then finishing second 2 other times in the Cy Young. And then going into the following year, essentially it was...
It's kind of funny, though, when you think about it, like, people are always like, hey, give this person their flowers, give this person their flowers. Randy Johnson's like, screw that, I'm just going to get my flowers.
Yeah, go get them.
I'm the damn florist.
Essentially, it was what people call a lame duck year, and I just thought that it could have been handled differently. I've always felt that, but I'm happy that my contributions over the 10 years that I was there are being acknowledged now. It's been a long time, that's for sure.
I would also say that he had probably one of the best heads of hair in Mariners history.
Would you call that a mullet?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah, I was going to say, it wasn't long on top.
No, it was definitely not long on top, but he had some lettuce flow going.
It was a full-on party in the back, for sure. You know, he talked about the lame duck year, and I would be lying if I tried to say I speak like intelligently about that time, because I was just a kid and I wasn't really like super watching what the Mariners were doing because I didn't live around here. But I mean, some people always accuse him of kind of like not playing to the best of his abilities because he was trying to force his way out of the Mariners organization, whereas he's making it sound like that was not the case. Which, I mean, we'll never know what the truth is behind all that, but a lot of people still are a little salty towards Randy Johnson because they felt like he didn't want to be a Mariner.
Well, you heard him listing off all of his, incredible accomplishments with the team while he was there. Makes me kind of curious. Steve, what would you say is your greatest accomplishment of your life?
Oh, when I went 18-3 back in 1995, that was one of my biggest accomplishments. I mean, obviously, my first thought is going down the road of being a parent. But
of course.
Especially when we didn't think we were going to ever get to be a parent. But like that, I'm trying to think of like as far as like an actual. Okay, this one made me feel old.
Oh no!
But I was like, man, it was like a moment where I'm like, yeah, this is really aging me. But it was also a moment of kind of pride. And, we get these emails from our company every so often that like wish people happy anniversaries and like happy birthdays. And yesterday the email came out and it wished like the people in the month of June their anniversaries. And I didn't realize it was June that I got hired way back in the day at 107.7 The End. And it said, my name, it says how many years. It said 27 years.
What?
That I'm celebrating my 27th year doing radio. Well, they forgot that I left the company for a few years, but I get 2 emails, so every year I get one in December as well, wishing me like however long I've been since at KSW. But I was like, in the world of radio, that's just unheard of.
You're like the grandpa of this radio group.
It's kind of weird.
That's awesome.
Because I got the gig like early in my 20s, and it's just bonkers to think not only to be in this business for that long, but to be in this business, in this market for that long. Like that, I had a moment of like, man, I'm old. But also like, holy F, that's pretty cool.
Give this man
what about
his flowers. Gosh, obviously the parent thing, cheesy, being Barrett's mom.
Well, he doesn't like you.
He doesn't like me. I'm on the naughty list
I wouldn't
now.
put that on your list.
But so the college that I went to, the university, WSU, they have this thing called the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication, and they put on this Murrow Symposium every year. And I always wanted to get asked to come come back and like speak at it or be on a panel. And it finally happened a couple of years ago where I got hit up in an email and I was like, I'm going back. I'm using my degree. They care about me. It was awesome.
This definitely shows how bad my education system was, because when you said symposium, I was like, oh, did you get to play saxophone?
Oh, God.
I was like, symphony.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Completely off on that.
It really was just such a moment of pride, though,
That's
where
awesome.
I'm like, I get to go back and show that I'm doing the thing.
Yes.
I made it out. Well, what about you, Rockaholics? What would you say is your biggest accomplishment? 206-803-ROCK.
The Daily Migs Show.
Randy Johnson, the big unit, was speaking about his biggest accomplishments while with the Seattle Mariners. So what about you? 206-803-ROCK. What do you say is your biggest accomplishment in your life? Call now, 206-803-ROCK. And we will take those calls after Red Hot Chili Peppers. Former Seattle Mariner Randy Johnson getting his jersey retired and was recently speaking about his biggest accomplishments while with the Seattle Mariners.
Yes.
Made us want to know from our Rockaholics, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment? 206-803-ROCK. Call in now.
So far for me, I just found out that I'm celebrating my 27th year working in radio, which is crazy to me. I don't, where the hell did 22 of those years go? I have no idea. For you, it was speaking at your old school, WSU.
Yeah.
Which was a big deal. That was pretty awesome. How about for our friend Danny V over here?
I have two.
Okay.
And they're both work related. Number one, same kind of in the vein as yours, Steve, is getting to work in Seattle on a radio station. That's like my biggest accomplishment, because when I started working in radio, it was like I was working on a pop station. I was like part-time and everything like that. But then getting to move to Seattle, one of the biggest markets in radio, and then getting to work on a rock station and being here for 9 years now is just mind-boggling for me.
That blew me away when you posted about being here 9 years, because I still feel like you've been here like 5.
Yeah, and everyone still thinks of me as a child. It's fine. You're not wrong.
I mean, if they listen to our show, I think they could accuse all of us of being rather childish. Yeah.
And the second one, obviously, emo night, is getting to play music that I love from high school and getting to do it every month here in Seattle as well. It's just so much fun.
I mean, we use the term music very loosely when we talk about emo music.
And somehow convincing people to pay money to watch you play this emo music seems bonkers to me.
It's accomplished, guys. I get it, but it's just so much fun. And it's just like one of those, like, wow, I made this into something that I can do every month. What?
Someone even texted and said, Migs, I'm surprised you didn't say getting to be on AEW was your biggest accomplishment. That was one of those ones where I'm just like, this should never have happened. And the fact that it did was so freaking cool that I got to be a part of AEW for a match, which was like at my age. Nothing about that made any sense. Starting training as late as I did in my life, like that should have never happened.
They should do a documentary about this, man.
Yeah, it'd be like 3 minutes long, but I mean, the match was 1 minute and like 50 seconds.
And now AEW is coming up again.
June 21st, and I have a chance of making this happen. So that happened in Portland. I have to admit, it was awesome, but I was like, man, I wish I would have happened in Seattle, because I met so many great rockaholics at AEW when it was in Seattle, and I got to work behind the scenes, but I didn't get to do anything in front of the camera. But this one's going to be at ShoWare Center on June 21st, and they've invited me again, which I was like kind of like taken aback, because I thought they would like throw that guy's email away. And so I'm like, man, if that happens at ShoWare Center, that would be one of those moments that I'll be forever smiling about.
Oh, we got to make it happen. 206-803-ROCK. What would you say is your biggest accomplishment?
Someone texted in 2016, I picked up everything I owned and took a massive 3-day drive from Oklahoma to Washington. No support system, no real plan, but it worked out.
Wow, that's a big leap of faith.
I relate to that on so many levels, because I kind of did that when I left college, picked up with a couple of friends, and we moved out here. And the big part of it was, I wanted to come check out Seattle, kind of like Danny. I was like, this would be really cool to go live in Seattle for a little bit, thinking that, well, if it fails, I'll just go back home.
Yeah.
But I really didn't have a safety net. I didn't have a job. Just kind of like, it forces you in a way to just step up. And
you gotta adapt.
Like, yeah. I mean, it's like you have nothing. So you got to grind and figure it out, whether it be working at some crap jobs or, giving up and going back home. And I chose working at some crap jobs. And I still am working at a crap job.
But there's potential.
Someone texted in, I don't know if this is necessarily a massive accomplishment, but I would give them props for it. Someone said, I once parallel parked in front of a crowded cafe on the first try. I still think about it when I need a confidence boost.
Honestly, that and then people backing down a boat launch with an audience are like, even when I'm not involved, it gives me massive anxiety. Like, this poor person has so many sets of eyes on them right now. And some of those people are rooting for them, but some of those people are rooting against them. So if you can make that happen with a crowd, that is a huge accomplishment.
I am guilty of that. When I see somebody parallel parking, I'll try and be kind of like sly about it, but I don't leave until I see them accomplish that. Like, because I find it so funny watching people struggle parallel parking.
No.
And it's like, how many times you can go back and forth until you get into the spot, especially if it's not a tight spot.
Well, now we've all got the, backup cameras and things like that, but could you parallel park with ease before you had a backup camera?
Here we go.
Here's the funny part. I could parallel park like a champion without the backup camera. With the backup camera, I'm an idiot. I can't do it. Like, even like backing into a regular parking spot, I can do it without the camera. I've tried using the camera, which should be easier.
Oh, sure.
And I always end up like sideways or like a slight diagonal park. And I'm like, how is it that this was made to make people's job backing into spots easier? And I can't, I have to do it the old school way.
I have to say, I'm very glad that you got a new pair of glasses this week. Because it sounds like you really need them.
Well, dude, there was one point, and it's funny, it was actually in our parking garage downstairs. I'm backing into the spot, and I roll my window down, and I put my head out to like make sure my tire is.
Oh, my God.
That's how I do it, because I can't use the camera. And and every time I get it great. And as I'm getting out of my car, this guy goes, oh, you do that too? And I'm like, do what? He goes, stick your head out of the window to park.
Question. What do you think the age of that person was?
At best, 73.
The Daily Migs Show.
Your biggest accomplishment could be beating Steve Migs, and he has a current record of 180 wins, 59 losses, and 42 ties in 2025. 206-803-ROCK is the number. We're going to play Beat Migs at 6:50.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9. A 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ioniq 9 is available in extremely limited quantities at select dealers and select states only. EPA estimated range based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
Ever walked past a place for rent and wish you could just peek inside? Maybe even explore the layout? Envision the natural light streaming through the windows? Or plan where your vinyl record collection would go? At Apartments.com, you can. With tools like their 3D virtual tours, you can see the exact unit you'd be living in. Really envision yourself in your new home with Apartments.com. The place to find a place.
Craving something sweet, simple, and refreshing? Watermelon is simply the best. Whether you slice it, dice it, blend it, freeze it, or bite right in. It's 92% water, packed with vitamin C and totally crave-worthy. From morning smoothies to afternoon snacks and backyard barbecues, watermelon fits your day like sunshine fits summer. Affordable, hydrating, and 100% edible, even the rind. Keep it on your grocery list and in your kitchen all year long. Snack better, feel better. For all things watermelon, visit watermelon.org.
If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to expresspros.com to find your location. That's expresspros.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average, and auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch. The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Donovan from Linwood is. Donovan, are you there?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Donovan.
Hell yeah.
All right, Steve, get out of here.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Donovan has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
How old must you be to obtain a driver's license in Washington?
16.
Correct. In what U.S. state was the Ragu spaghetti sauce produced?
New Jersey.
No.
New York.
Yes. How many fingers are extended in the Boy Scout salute?
2.
No.
3.
Yes. After William McKinley was assassinated, who became the youngest president of the United States?
Pass.
Kerry King of Slayer was born on this day in 1964, making him how old today?
64 would
No.
be 51.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, say it again.
51?
No.
61.
Yes. What does barley become when prepared for brewing?
Pass.
In The Princess Bride, who did Inigo Montoya want to kill?
Oh, no. Love that movie. Pass.
Which small flightless bird that shares its name with a fruit is also the national symbol of New Zealand?
The kiwi.
Yes. Conjunctivitis is better known as what?
An eye infection.
Can you be more specific?
Infection of the conjunctiva.
Well, you know what? Donovan, you got 5 correct. You split it right down the middle.
All right. Sweet.
And here comes Steve.
Man, he's moving very slow this morning.
He is. That could be an indication that he is not ready.
You okay there, Steve?
What happened?
You're moving very slow this morning.
He's gathering his thoughts.
Yeah, we just watched you walk in just slowly from the other room.
I felt like I did nothing different than usual times. I think you guys are just moving slow in your brains.
Steve,
I saw you guys wave. I walked on in. I do what I do every single day.
Steve, are you feeling ready?
Oh, yeah!
How old must you be to obtain a driver's license in Washington?
18.
No.
17.
No.
16.
Yes. In what U.S. state was the Ragu spaghetti sauce produced?
What?
What U.S. state was the Ragu spaghetti sauce produced?
Ragu, Washington.
No.
New York.
Yes. How many fingers are extended in the Boy Scout salute?
That'd be 1, Taryn,
No.
right? It's not this one?
No.
Danny, are you sure it's not that one? No? 2.
No.
Oh, 3.
Yes. After William McKinley was
Is
assassinated.
it a shocker?
No. After William McKinley was assassinated, who became the youngest president of the United States?
Taft.
No.
Cleveland.
No.
Hoover.
No. Kerry King of Slayer was born on this day in 1964, making him how old today?
Oh, crap. 64. 61?
Yes. What does barley become when prepared for brewing?
Beer.
No.
Wheat.
No.
Yeast.
No. In The Princess Bride, who did Inigo Montoya want to kill?
Huh?
In The Princess Bride, who did Inigo Montoya want to kill?
Andre the Giant.
No.
I don't know. I've never seen the movie.
Oh, my God. Steve, you got 4 correct.
Okay.
And that's a loss. 5-4.
I blame
Hey!
Congratulations, Donovan.
Yay!
Very enthusiastic there. Steve, after William McKinley was assassinated, the youngest president of the United States was Theodore Roosevelt.
Okay.
And then barley becomes malt when prepared for brewing. In The Princess Bride, Inigo Montoya wanted to kill the 6-fingered man, one that you did not get to. Which small flightless bird that shares its name with a fruit is also the national symbol of New Zealand?
Owl? Oh, kiwi.
Yes. And conjunctivitis is better known as?
Syphilis.
No. That would be pink eye.
Ah.
Hey, you know what? Donovan would look really smoking hot.
Oh, Danny's
in
wearing
the new
it.
I Beat Migs shirt. Danny's repping it today, and if you want to get yourself one, they are available exclusively in the Rock Shop at KISW.com.
The Daily Mix Show.
There's a cool new feature on the Odyssey app, and it allows you to leave us a voice message whenever you please. And we have been getting some messages on there, Steve. How's it going in there today?
Some making strange sounds, others asking about a very popular docuseries that's going on right now.
We're going to slide into our VMs after Smashing Pumpkins.
Something got you bent, and now you need to vent, or you did something bad and you need to repent? Well, slide into our VMs. Yeah, baby, it's time to slide into our VMs. On the Daily Mix Show.
We would be absolutely delighted by your voice message, and it's very easy to leave one. All you got to do, download the free Odyssey app for your smartphone, and there's a feature right inside there that allows you to communicate with us via voice message.
Are you ready for the first voice message, Tyron Daly?
Been looking forward to it all morning, Steve.
All right, here's our first voice message through the Odyssey app.
Let's hear that again.
Oh, yeah, I totally understand what they're saying.
Can you translate for us?
No, absolutely not.
Can you recreate it?
I would just love this is how my brain works. Whenever you get like weird messages or texts, I'm like, oh, what is going on in that person's day at that very moment that makes them decide, gonna pick up my phone, gonna get on that Odyssey app and do this. Oh, you could do better than that. All right, Danny, let's see how you can do it.
That was really good.
I don't know.
Your turn.
What are we doing?
Wow, you guys both.
I'm going to start emo night with that sound every single time from now on.
What's up, guys? Yeah, instead of... All right, all three of us together at the same time?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Riveting.
Yeah, we are. We do have other voice messages. It's not like that's the only one. Are you ready for the next voice message? Okay.
Have any of you guys been watching this Pee Wee Herman documentary? I'm about halfway through it. Damn, what a great watch. Highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. Pee Wee Herman, rest in peace.
I have. Have you?
I have not, but it's very high on my list of things to watch.
I kept going back and forth because I grew up loving Pee Wee Herman. And you did as well? Okay,
yeah.
so like, were you more the TV show or the movie fan?
TV show for me.
TV show. See, I think I lean more towards the first movie. If I had to pick something to go back and watch that was about Pee Wee Herman, I think I would lean more towards that than the TV show.
Yeah, that was like the TV show was like my normal like get up routine. Like it would be on in the morning, we'd watch it, and we'd wait for the secret word and go crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so great! It was so great. I had the Pee Wee Herman doll where you pull the string and then it would talk. I think it would say this. No, it did not actually say that. I'm sorry. But I just started watching the documentary, and I say just started. I tried watching it last week, and I lasted a couple of minutes, and I turned it off. I was like, I'm not feeling this. This is stupid. Because I was like, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't feeling it at first. I'm like, that's not fair to only give something like 5 minutes and then give up on it, especially when I see so many of my friends are raving about this docuseries, and it's on Max, and it's about his life. And apparently, like, he did 40 hours of, like, interviews a couple of years ago and talked to this director and all this stuff, knowing full well that he had cancer and he was dying, but he didn't tell anybody, including the director of the film. So like all this was done like leading up to his death, like I think mainly so that he could get his story out before he leaves this planet. And it's a fascinating watch. Like when I went back and finally watched it, it's long. Like I'm about halfway through the first part. I think it's 2 parts. And we're just now getting into him being Pee Wee Herman.
Wow.
Like it was about his childhood. It was about this. It was about that. Him doing improv comedy, trying to be a serious actor, like doing serious roles. But it's a really good watch. I think what threw me off at first, it's really, when you think of documentaries, I think of like a lot of talking heads. There's a couple here and there, but it's really just him. And at times he's a total douche to the director who's interviewing him. But I realize that he's just effing with the guy.
Yeah.
Like he's just being Pee Wee. Like he's just being Paul Rubens. Like he's very eclectic. He's very unique. In fact, here's Entertainment Tonight did a piece about this docuseries.
New revelations about Pee Wee Herman's secret life.
I hid behind an alter ego.
In a new docuseries filmed before his death nearly 2 years ago, the actor who died from lung cancer at 70 comes out as gay, but says he kept it a secret because of his career.
Not only is being different okay, let's celebrate it.
Pee Wee.
The crazy part is like watching this, like he was very out at one point, but then went back in the closet because he felt like it was like when he was first starting in the world of like, acting and things along those lines, he had no issue with letting people know who he was. But then I guess as he started getting more serious about it, he thought, I should probably pull back so I don't lose out on opportunities, which I thought was kind of a crazy story to see.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that about Paul Rubens.
Pee Wee as himself, streaming now on Max, also includes a voice recording Paul made the day before he died, saying he wanted to make the doc, quote, to let people see who I really am and how painful and difficult it was to be labeled something that I wasn't. Remember, in 1991, he was arrested for indecent exposure in a theater, and in 2002, he pleaded guilty to possession of obscene material.
I lost control of my anonymity.
Paul felt that the kind of controversy.
And that's the director right there talking.
Yeah.
Paul felt that the kind of controversies around his arrest had become an unfortunate footnote to his creative life.
Other revelations? That iconic tequila dance scene was totally improvised. And his famous name?
Okay, first of all, I think it's funny that they're talking about like he got in trouble with doing things in the theater, this, that, and the other thing. Oh, and his dance was improvised. Like such like a going from one extreme to the other in this report.
Totally.
But that's he was a big improv guy.
Yeah.
Did like the groundlings and things along those lines.
Totally improvised. And his famous name?
And I thought, Pee Wee Herman sounds so weird that it sounds real.
Yeah, I guess I'm not spoiling anything, but like the Herman was like the last name of a kid that he knew that he thought was kind of a strange cat, and so he thought that'd be funny to have Pee Wee's last name be Herman, and he's like, I like the name because it didn't seem like a made up name. I'm like, well, Pee Wee does sound like a very strange first name though.
FYI.
Yeah, but you know what I didn't realize? The one thing that as far as like watching this docuseries, I didn't realize like he came up part of like the same group with Elvira.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Remember Elvira? Yeah. Apparently, she was an improv person, and she was kind of like on her way up, and they were like together, not like a relationship, but they were a crew together.
That's very cool. Look at all these factoids. Now I'm gonna have to watch the whole thing, Steve.
I'll be honest. Like at first, I didn't want to. I was ready to give up on it because I was like, I'm not feeling this, and then I'm glad I continued to watch it because it's a really interesting and it just shows the brilliance of Paul Rubens, like just how funny that guy was, and just just how just watching him develop the Pee Wee character, and it's a lot of cool footage as well. So I think you guys will get a kick out of that, especially if you're a Pee Wee Herman fan.
I'm putting it on the list.
Do you remember when he came back from MTV?
Yes.
That was one of the when he disappeared for a while because of the movie theater incident. I don't know how else to describe it. And then he comes back as Pee Wee Herman for like the VMAs or the MTV Music Awards or whatever it was, and he says like heard any good jokes lately? And I'm like, gosh.
Oh man,
so
just
great.
Brilliant.
Yeah, one of the best.
The Daly Migs Show.
We are going to be at T-Mobile Park on Wednesday, June 18th. The Mariners are playing the Red Sox that day. So we invite you to play hooky from work and come kick it with us.
That's right. It's an afternoon game.
It sure is. And we have this really cool offer where $2 of every ticket sold is going to benefit the KISW Bike MS team through the National MS Society. So if you want to join us at the ballpark, go root on the Mariners as we take on the Red Sox. Get all the details on the game June 18th at KISW.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
Bosch!
Danny V is back. And if you're curious, last week he was down in New Mexico visiting his daughter Lily, gearing up to bring her back to Seattle for the summer.
Yep.
And before, Danny, you made it back to the Pacific Northwest. You guys did a little detour at the airport. You went somewhere different. And we have some audio.
What were you telling me?
Me?
Yeah, just now.
That over here is Southwest Spirit, and this all the way back there is Alaska to check bags.
Well, this is Southwest.
We're not going on Southwest.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
What if we're going somewhere on Southwest instead of Seattle?
First of all, I'm very impressed that she's even knows what like plane takes you where, because I wouldn't.
No idea.
I just show like, I don't know, where are we going? Okay, sounds good.
That is fair. Every time we go to our big radio convention, you get lost at the airport.
I do. I'm just like, tell me where to go. I have no idea what plane. They're like, what airline are you taking? No clue. Let me check my ticket.
We're going to California.
We're going to Disneyland.
Oh my God. Are we actually?
Yeah. We're going there right now. You and me, daddy-daughter trip to Disneyland. Congratulations on graduating 5th grade.
Thank you.
Damn it, I wish I would have graduated 5th grade.
Now, Danny sent us this video, and I think you and I were both in tears watching
Yeah, we have a
it.
bone to pick with you. You sent us this during the show last week. I think it was like on Friday.
Yeah, we left on Friday.
Yeah, so you sent us the video, and full disclosure, I was watching it while in the bathroom at the urinal.
Sure, of course.
And
We
I'm
watch
like,
videos.
Yes, I've got all the time in the world. It takes a while. And I'm like, am I really going to start tearing up while at the urinal? Like, I hope nobody else walks in. Otherwise, it's going to be like this strange thing of like a tear coming down my eye while I'm standing at the urinal. They're like, Steve, it's going to be okay.
Size doesn't matter, Steve.
You already have a wife. It's the motion of the ocean, man. You don't need to cry about it at your age. And you were crying in the studio when I walked back in. How was it?
Oh, first off, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could hear it in that audio better, but my voice just cracked immediately when I was telling her congratulations on graduating 5th grade. Just seeing her reaction was amazing. And the fact that I was able to keep it a secret for so long without her grandma telling her, because the only one that really knew was Lynn and her Grammy, and they both didn't say anything.
I'm impressed that Grandma didn't say anything.
You and me both, because she just tells Lily everything.
She's a loose cannon after all.
The trip was amazing, though. It was the best trip I could have taken her on. And just the fact that it was just me and her for 3 days at Disneyland, and just kind of like, I was like, you can do whatever. We can do whatever we want. Like, we can stay all night. We could, get snacks whenever we want, And not saying that, like,
I don't have my girlfriend here slowing us down.
Girlfriend or Grammy. But they, like, girlfriend and Grammy need to take naps. And me and Lily were just like, no, we're going the whole time.
Right. First one to show up, last one to leave.
Oh, so great.
I mean, I have definitely watched those like Disney surprise videos on the internet with people I've never met before. So then to watch it happen with people that I know very well
cool.
was so magical, Danny.
So it was the whole flight had to have been her just talking about what she wants to do at Disney.
Honestly, it was her just saying, "I can't believe we're going to Disneyland. Like, I can't believe we're actually going to Disneyland." And it was one of those flights that, of course, we had to have a layover in Phoenix. And she's just like, "Dad, we need to get to the gate right now. Come on, we need to go." I'm like,
we can't miss this flight.
We don't want Starbucks. Okay, we can stop for Starbucks, but then we got to get to the gate because we got to get to Disneyland.
That's amazing. And then the joke was on her because you were sitting first class and she was in the back of the plane.
Oh, yeah, of course. She was actually throwing the bags. It was pretty great.
Did your parents ever throw down a sick surprise for you?
Hell no.
You didn't graduate 5th grade and you go to Disneyland?
No, they took me once to Hershey Park, and that was like as close as we got to Disney. Even though they promised me many times, if you do X, Y, and Z, we'll take you to Disneyland. And I accomplished those things that they said I should do, and they never took me, which is a big part of why I love taking Tatum to Disney World, Disneyland, because it's like I remember how much I wanted to go and how bummed I was I didn't get to go. I don't know why, but as a kid, I feel like Disney is like Mecca.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
And it probably will be that way for a while. So you're good. You got all the years to surprise Tatum.
Which is great because I need to, maybe take out a second loan.
Let's not talk about that, Steve.
But you said we were talking about how this is something that your mom did for you as well, in a sense.
Yeah, when I was 10, my mom, we went to California every year to go visit my aunts and stuff. But it was just like the beach days, And when I was 10 years old, she took me to Disneyland, and it was just me and her. We went to Disneyland. She drove my aunt's car, so scared to drive on the California highways. We get to Disneyland, and we got to go, and it was one of those trips that I still remember to this day. I remember little things, and that was such a special trip for me, and that's why this one for me was I want to take her before she loses the magic. At certain ages, it's fun to go to Disneyland when you're 16, but you're going with your friends. She still wanted to go with me, and it was
His dad has a wallet that can afford the things she wants, and not her friends can't do that.
One of the biggest things was there was grad night happening in California. So they do grad night for all the high schools that are graduating. And she goes, "Dad, if I was having grad night, would you come with me?" And I was like, "Well, I can't." And she's like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Well, because it's only for your graduates." And she's like, "But I would want you to come with me." And I was like, "Oh, I can't lose this."
So now you're trying to figure out how to pose as a 12-year-old.
I mean, luckily I still dress like one, so we're good.
So you can sneak into this whole event.
I'm very curious about other surprises that maybe our listeners have given their kids. So did you ever get to do that? Did you surprise your kids with something cool? Or maybe what was the coolest surprise your parents did for you? Call now, 206-803-ROCK.
The Daily Migs Show.
Inspired by Danny surprising his daughter with a trip to Disneyland, we want to hear from you. What is that cool surprise that you gave your kids, or the coolest surprise your parents gave you? Call in now, 206-803-ROCK, and we'll take your calls after Green Day. What is the coolest surprise you gave your kids, or the coolest surprise your parents gave to you? Call 206-803-ROCK to tell us your story. Steve, we have someone on hold who won some tickets to KISW, a show from KISW, and surprised their child with them.
Awesome.
We're going to find out what show it was in just a moment. But first, let's talk to Kirsten in Kent. Kirsten, what's the cool surprise that your parents gave you or that you gave to your kids?
First off, love the show, guys.
Thank you.
And also, it's not really, I didn't surprise a kid, nor was I surprised, but I actually surprised my sister for her birthday. She lives in California at the time, and I planned with her boyfriend. She did not know I was coming. Basically, they went to pick up a friend of his at the airport, and it was me, and she started crying when she realized.
That's awesome.
I
I am a sucker for those military videos whenever it's all of a sudden the husband or the wife or whoever shows up and surprises everyone, either the kid or the family. I'm like, man, thanks a lot.
Me too. I know, and I'm still sad. I'm still mad at myself for not recording it, but I just will never forget her face when she realized, it took her so long to realize I was actually, I was right in front of her.
Wait, so you did this surprise not for Instagram likes? I'm very shocked.
Those are different times.
What kind of person are you, you monster?
206-803-ROCK. Adam from Shelton. What's the cool surprise that you gave to your kid?
So last year, I happened to win tickets to Jelly Roll.
from you guys, and my daughter had been begging to go, but she knew that we weren't going to be able to go because we had Metallica that weekend, and the tickets were expensive. So on her birthday in May, we had already won the tickets. I managed to keep it a secret, and we hit a fake, printed out fake ticket that looked like Ticketmaster's old school tickets in a box of the Little Debbie, like strawberry shortcake jelly rolls. And after she'd done her presents and cake and everything, she was handing those out to her siblings and found the ticket inside. She, her jaw dropped open. She just, tears started coming out of her eyes. Not a word, nothing. She took off into her bedroom. Came out about 5 minutes later. And so we got to have a daddy-daughter 3-day weekend up in Seattle and see my favorite band and her favorite artist.
That is so cool. How delicious are those strawberry shortcake jelly rolls?
They, you know, those were the best ones I'd ever had.
I don't think I've ever had them.
I don't think I have either.
I think we got to fix that.
Oh, absolutely. 206-803-ROCK. Rose from Tacoma, what was the coolest surprise you gave to your kid?
I managed to get him a limited edition Dungeons and Dragons guidebook signed by the entire team that writes those books at Wizards of the Coast. These books, they always release a guidebook and then they release a limited edition cover that they only make like 1,000 of, and they are incredibly hard to procure, and I managed to get one. And I have a friend who has a friend that works at Wizards, and he got the book signed by the entire D&D team.
How cool is that?
That's awesome, Rose. Tara, what about you? Any surprises that you've done for Barrett yet?
I mean,
or is there something that maybe I'm picturing like your dad being the one that would surprise you with something?
My parents did one for me when I turned 16. I didn't think there was any chance I was getting a car. You know, single income, 4 kids. Like, we didn't have, a bunch of money or anything like that. So I didn't think I was getting a car. Little did I know, my parents, they bought my cousin's piece of crap car that I was going to now take over and start driving, but they hid it in the garage. And let me tell you what kind of an undertaking that was. Our garage was so crammed full of crap from 4 children, camping gear, the whole thing. Like, you couldn't fit a car in the garage.
So they cut it out.
They somehow managed to reorganize the garage to the point where we could fit a car in there. So then on my 16th birthday, they hit the garage door opener, and there was this really sweet 1991 Nissan Sentra.
Hell yeah, though. Did it have a ribbon on it?
It did have a ribbon on it, and then I got to decorate it with some cool stuff. Like, I put dice on the rear view mirror and a steering wheel cover and made it my own. But it might have been a piece of crap car, but it got me from point A to point B for my entire high school
I was
career.
going to say, how long did you have that
Pretty
car
much
for?
all of high school. It was great.
That's so great.
So awesome.
I don't mean to one-up Danny because I know he just surprised his daughter with Disneyland tickets, but I do have to share the time that I did something for my daughter and surprised her, and she still brings it up to this day and still wears it as much as possible and brags about it. It's a time that I went to Walmart and got her a $5 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt that she wasn't expecting to get, and when I came home, I tell you, she lost her freaking mind.
Oh, my gosh.
So maybe you tried too hard.
I did really try way too hard.
You should have went to Disney, to Walmart and get like a Disney shirt for Lily, and you would have been fine.
I don't think I would have, Steve.
You're probably right.
206-803-ROCK. What's the coolest surprise you gave to your kids or the coolest surprise that your parents did for you? Let's chat with Laura from Seattle. What's that story for you?
Hi. So I took my daughter to Ireland for her high school graduation.
What?
Yes, but so my sister, who doesn't have kids, when my kids were really young, she liked to tell them, if and when you graduate high school, I'm going to take you on big elaborate trip. So she told my daughter she was taking her on African safari. So as we got close to my daughter's graduation and no word from my sister, I thought I had to step in and do something. So I planned this trip to Ireland, but I didn't tell my daughter where we were going until we got to the gate.
So where did she think she was going?
Well, we flew from SeaTac to Vancouver and then Vancouver to Dublin. So we get to SeaTac and we get to the gate and it says Vancouver. And she's like, what are we going to do in Vancouver? And I said, well, there are these things called layovers. Well, yeah, but what are we going to do there for a week? And I said, well, okay, you're not catching on. But the gate agent ruined it. We go to check in and he says, okay, so final destination Dublin? And she turns to me and her jaw just dropped.
Okay, but I have to ask then, what happened? Did you ever hear back from your sister? Did she just ghost it and never talk about it again?
I'm waiting to rub it into her, to see if she takes my son. 'Cause she said she's taking him to the Galapagos, so we'll see if she comes through on that one.
I don't believe her.
The Daily Migs Show. Daily Migs Show.
Would you like a shot at beating Steve Migs this morning? Were you listening to the men's room yesterday at 5:40 to get 3 correct answers for the game in the cheat sheet? Well, Steve, right now your record is 180 wins, 60 losses, and 42 ties in 2025. Call 206-803-ROCK if you would like a shot at beating Migs at 750.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Bosch's innovative power tools make you feel like a Bosch. Like when you pile drive screws and bolts with the 2-in-1 impact driver, you'll feel like
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah.
Or when you powerfully blast through concrete with the Bulldog rotary hammer, you'll feel
like I have the power.
And when you make buttery smooth cuts with the Glide Miter saw, you'll feel
Scoobity-bee-bop smooth, baby.
What he said. With expertly engineered power tools, the more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch. When water from the pipes was pouring down, filed a claim with Hiscox.
We turned it around.
Across America, over 600,000 small businesses look to Hiscox Insurance for protection. Find flexible coverage that adapts to the needs of your small business with a fast, easy online quote at Hiscox.com.
'Cause there's no business like small business.
Like no business we know.
Get a quote today with Hiscox Small Business Insurance.
Do you think astronauts fight over elbow room? Probably. Because advanced tech doesn't always mean more space. Until now. Introducing the Hyundai Ioniq 9. A 3-row electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, ultra-fast charging capability, and lots of space. The all-new Hyundai Ioniq 9. Space in an EV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Ioniq 9 is available in extremely limited quantities at select dealers in select states only. EPA estimated range based on fully charged battery. For comparison purposes only. Actual range will vary based on several factors.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Did the largest panoramic display in its class help the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus to be named Motor Trend's 2025 SUV of the Year? Maybe. Maybe it's because the Lincoln Nautilus offers both a gas and an available hybrid powertrain. Perhaps it's the new Lincoln Digital Experience, available 28-speaker sound system, or second-row legroom that is among the most in its class. Maybe it's a bit of everything. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln. The power of sanctuary. Class is medium, premium utility. Motor Trend 2025 SUV of the Year is a registered trademark of Motor Trend Group, LLC. All rights reserved.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Be Migs. Be Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa!
I know Matthew from Woodinville is. Matthew, are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning, Matthew. Were you by any chance listening to the men's room yesterday at 5:40 to grab the cheat sheet?
Negative.
All right, the playing field is level.
Level playing field.
And Steve, it's time for you to get out of the studio.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Matthew has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
What kind of animal is the Geico mascot?
He's a lizard.
Yeah, a little more
Chameleon.
specific.
Chameleon.
What?
Gecko.
Gecko, yes.
Gecko
Which
lizard.
fast food establishment is known for having the meats?
Having the meat. Wendy's. Who's got the meat?
Not Wendy's.
Jack in the Box.
Nope.
McDonald's.
No. What color is the E in the Google logo?
Google. Blue, red, yellow.
Yes, red. Bubba Gump Shrimp Company was inspired by what movie?
Oh, Forrest Gump.
Correct. What river flows through Hell's Canyon?
South Canyon River. Snake River.
That's right. What is the capital of South Korea?
South Korea. Seoul.
Yes. Who resides at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
President.
That's right. SASB was the original name for what video communications platform?
Who?
SASB was the original name for what video communications platform?
Facebook.
No.
What do they do that? That one where they talk? Skype.
No.
Pass.
What band performs the South Park theme song?
Green Day.
No.
Let's go with Osprey.
Oh, no. But you know what? You scored 6, and that's a fine score indeed.
Yeah, okay. I'm not convinced.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Well, Steve, are you feeling a little bit ready or a lot ready or somewhere in the middle?
In the middle, I'd say.
Yes! What kind of animal is the Geico mascot?
A gecko.
He is. What fast food establishment is known for having the meats?
Oh, that would be Arby's?
Yes.
Yeah.
What color is the E in the Google logo?
Ah, crap. Red?
Yes. Bubba Gump Shrimp Company was inspired by what movie?
Forrest Gump.
That's true. What river flows through Hell's Canyon?
Hell's River.
No.
Mississippi?
Nope.
Kauai.
No, sir. What is the capital of South Korea?
Seoul.
Yes. Who resides at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue?
The president.
He does. SESB was the original name for what video communications platform?
SESB?
SESB.
Twitch?
No.
Microsoft Live?
No.
I don't know. Zoom.
Yes. What band performs the South Park theme song?
Primus.
Correct. How many years are in a score?
Huh?
How many years are in a score?
18.
No.
16.
No.
19.
No. With time left on the clock, Steve Migs, you scored 8 this morning, and that is a win.
Let's go.
8-6. Sorry, Matthew.
That was a good game.
You too, my man.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Our friend Matthew did know that the Snake River flows through Hell's Canyon,
Snake River.
and a score equals 20 years.
And I said 19.
You were so close. But good job on your victory this morning, Steve. We've got some merch that you should check out, especially if you are a fan of the game Beat Migs. It is the I Beat Migs t-shirt, and your friend designed you as like a Dogman guy.
Shout out to my buddy Chris who rocked that logo, which is awesome. And also shout out to our new listener Jaime in Atlanta, who's been listening in Atlanta. Just sent me he slid into my DMs and showed me a picture of his Beat Mig shirt that he just got in the mail.
If you want to be like Jaime, go to KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
Are you a big fan of the Madden video game? If so, go ahead and call right now because we really want to talk to you. 206-803-ROCK. Give us a call if you love playing the Madden video game. 206-803-ROCK. We will take your calls after Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's a star with the Philadelphia Eagles. Saquon Barkley is going to be on the cover of Madden NFL 26. He's the first Eagles player featured since Donovan McNabb back in Madden 06. So it's been a minute.
Yes.
So in honor of this, just in case you didn't know, there's this thing called the Madden curse. And it's a superstition in the sports world that says that if you end up on the cover of Madden, you're going to get hurt. Your career's going to go into the tank.
Some crazy sex scandal might happen. And for a while, though, it felt like every year the Madden curse came true.
It was very much true.
Right.
So we put a list together of some of the more notable ones, and we want our listeners to guess whether that actually happened or not, as we play a game called Madden Curse or Croc.
Still the best Madden theme.
Let's chat with Jeffrey from Marysville. Jeffrey, what was the team that you had to often play when you were doing Madden?
I pretty much dedicated Hawks fan. So.
Nice.
Same, man. I would always play the Hawks, and I would do anything in my power to make them better than they really were.
Yeah, it depends on whether you auto draft or whether you draft on your own usually.
All right, so we're going to do Madden Curse or Croc. So we're going to read you a story about a Madden player that was on the cover, and you have to tell us whether this happened or not. We're going to start off, actually, since you are a Seahawks fan, let's start with Madden 2007. Sean Alexander. Was he hit by the Madden Curse when they'd say he was fractured his foot during the following season? Did that happen or not?
No.
Oh, man. He did fracture his foot, and the Madden Curse did actually happen for Sean Alexander.
I do remember that.
That was such an awesome... It's crazy to think when you think about Sean Alexander, MVP for the team. I know like some people say, it's because of that offensive line, but still, he was the MVP for the league.
Oh, yeah.
Had an insane amount of touchdowns, but you're hard-pressed to find someone saying that Sean Alexander is the greatest Seahawk of all time.
You're
even
right
though
about that.
He was an MVP.
206-803-ROCK. It is Robert, who's on the road to Seattle, wants to play Madden Curse or Croc. And we got a question for you, Robert. Who did you always play when you were doing the Madden video game?
You know, I'm not going to lie. When Michael Vick was on the Falcons, they were my go-to, but nowadays it's usually the Hawks.
Let's go, Hawks.
All right. Well, let's go back to Madden 2004 with Michael Vick. He broke his leg in a preseason game right after the game was released, missing most of the season. Is that a curse or a croc?
Curse.
You are right.
Well done.
That was the one where I was like, oh, is this Madden Curse for real?
Oh, yeah. There was some scary moments out there. 206-803-ROCK. Joe from Tacoma, ready to play Madden Curse or Croc. When you play Madden, who's your team?
I'm a Dolphins fan, so I go with the Dolphins every time.
Fins up, baby.
Don't say that.
I think it's cute.
It is good. It's a good slogan. Okay. All right, let's go back to Madden 2013. On the cover, Calvin Johnson. He's known for his love of McDonald's burgers, and during OTAs, he bit into a double quarter pounder that was still frozen and broke a tooth. Did this happen? Is it a curse or was it a crock?
Sounds like a crock.
You are right.
What a crock.
Not a lie, he did love McDonald's burgers. Like he was obsessive McDonald's fan.
Did they ever hit him up for an endorsement?
No, but I don't know if they did. But I know like reporters would sometimes show up with McDonald's for him as like a bribe to talk to them, and he would take it.
Oh, I love that.
Which I think is fantastic.
Taylor from Marysville, what team did you often play when doing Madden football?
I usually use the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I just load the team up, make unfair trades.
Did you ever create yourself and make yourself a member of the Seahawks?
When I would, yeah, but normally I stick with the regular roster now.
Oh, Steve Migs would always be the starting quarterback for your Seattle Seahawks.
Of course. All right, we're going to play Madden Curse or Croc with you, Taylor. Steve, let her rip.
All right, let's go back to Madden 2008. On the cover, forgot about this guy, Vince Young. All right, now, according to this story, injuries and inconsistent play followed, and he was benched soon after being on the cover. Was that a curse or is that a crock?
I believe it was a curse.
You are correct. I think so many people have forgotten about Vince Young.
I totally forgot about Vince Young until this moment.
Do you remember Peyton Hillis?
No.
He was on the cover back in 2012. After one breakout season, he was injured, caught up in contract drama, and then he was out of the league a few years later. Did that happen?
Yes.
You are correct.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, let's put Danny to the test. Madden 2010, Troy Polamalu, known for his awesome hair.
Oh, yeah, him.
Sports. Now, during a game, his hair got overly matted in a game that went into overtime, which forced him having to get a little bit of a haircut, and it actually screwed up his endorsement deal with Head & Shoulders. Curse or crock?
Ooh, curse.
No.
Honestly, who knows?
He did have the best hair in sports, I think, ever.
Oh, for sure. I think if you're making a Mount Rushmore of football players with awesome hair, you'd definitely be on it.
The Daily Migs Show.
The Seattle Mariners have announced they are retiring Randy Johnson's number 51 jersey in 2026. So most people, very happy about this. Others, though, they find a reason to complain.
Of course they do.
So we're going to go straight to the comments at 8:20.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, Celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Did the largest panoramic display in its class help the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus to be named Motor Trend's 2025 SUV of the Year? Maybe. Maybe it's because the Lincoln Nautilus offers both a gas and an available hybrid powertrain. Perhaps it's the new Lincoln Digital Experience, available 28-speaker sound system, or second-row legroom that is among the most in its class. Maybe it's a bit of everything. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class is medium, premium utility. Motor Trend 2025 SUV of the Year is a registered trademark of Motor Trend Group, LLC. All rights reserved.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck, and what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
The Seattle Mariners made the announcement that they are retiring Randy Johnson's number 51 jersey in 2026. And this is just months after retiring that same number for Ichiro Suzuki.
So Ichiro's getting retired first, and then Randy Johnson.
This is the Mariners announcement all about it.
He was dominant. He was intimidating. He was electric. And he did it with a fire. The big unit, Randy Johnson. He became the first Mariner pitcher to throw a no-hitter. Strike! It's over! He has done it! He became the first Mariner pitcher to win the Cy Young Award.
He became the first pitcher to kill a bird.
I was waiting for that.
He gave Seattle its first taste of postseason baseball.
The trade to Seattle set my career in motion.
Randy Johnson is the big unit. Strike! 3-0! And there's 19. That is a new American League record by a left-hander.
Very proud to have played there for 10 years. Thank you, Seattle.
Want to know another cool fact about Randy Johnson?
Absolutely.
He's good friends with Rush.
Oh,
it's true. So most are very happy about the number being retired, but other people are finding a reason to complain about it, of course. So we got to go straight to the comments.
I found a few of those comments and figured who better to read them than another famous Johnson. So we go from one Johnson to the other. We go from the big unit to Rocky himself, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
So here are some comments about Randy Johnson going into the hall, getting his jersey number retired by the Seattle Mariners. Are you ready?
So ready.
Imagine if you actually would have kept him during his really good years.
Oh, man, I know. It's one of those what ifs, right?
Stings.
Yeah.
He should be in the Bird Killing Hall of Fame, too.
Daly, have you ever seen the video of that? I have. It's amazing. It's wild.
So crazy.
It just looks like it's like a magic trick.
It's like the time and place.
What are the odds?
Mariners fans will never celebrate a World Series win, but at least they can celebrate number 51 being retired twice.
Okay. This is our year, right?
This is absolutely our year.
We will be celebrating a World Series win after this year.
Mm-hmm.
The big unit was pitcher, and then the big dumper was catcher.
Yeah, there's a lot of jokes that could be written about that. We go from a big unit to a big dumper.
We have a thing, apparently.
Finally showing the big unit some love.
All right, yeah, another one ready?
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of people you seem very happy that the big unit's getting some love.
I can't handle it.
This is so fucking dumb. Make up your mind, Mariners. Are you retiring Randy or Ichiro? It can't be both. So dumb. So dumb. Are they going to have a memorial for the bird he killed too?
Yes. And you can do that. Actually, a lot of teams have retired more than just one player with the same number. You know what's funny is I went and found an interview that Randy Johnson did talking about the bird incident. And he was being interviewed by the Pat McAfee show last year, and they brought up the whole incident with him. So if you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube. It was during a spring training game. He throws a pitch. It just so happens as he throws the pitch, a bird flies by, and he just murders the bird with the pitch. And here is Randy Johnson talking about that infamous moment.
That was a spring training game down in Tucson in 2001. It kind of caught everybody off guard. I'm like, what was that just happened? I thought initially that maybe someone had thrown something, and then the impact of the pitch pushed the bird over to the on-deck circle, and Jeff Kent, who was on deck, picked it up, and I think at that time...
Wait, so Jeff Kent's just holding the dead bird? Like, hey, everybody, check this out.
I don't think he's going to make it.
Everybody, myself, all the players, everybody in the stands, if you didn't realize what happened then, you did when he was holding up what was left of the bird. So 23 years later, they're still talking about this. 10 All-Star games, won 300 games, close to 5,000 strikeouts, MVP of a World Series. And I'm recognized and remembered for killing a bird.
Sounds about right.
It's pretty much the greatest moment in all of baseball.
I mean, I think that's the most impressive thing you can say. I mean, a lot of other people have won World Series, have won Cy Youngs, have been in All-Star games, have been retired jersey numbers, and been in the Hall of Fame. But only one pitcher, I think, can say that he just murdered a bird.
He's in a class all his own.
The Daily Migs Show.
We are so excited to be teeing off with you at the first of its kind, the KISW Miles Montgomery Golf Classic presented by Pinky's Plumbing. We are less than a week out, Steve Migs, and the spots were initially sold out, but they opened up some more foursomes. So if there are any left, now would be the time to act.
And yesterday they were briefing us on all the stuff that's happening at this tournament. It's going to be bonkers. It's going to be insane. Like there's Ted Smith at a hole that's going to be heckling you. Trapper Sushi's going to be there giving out sushi rolls. Like this whole thing is drinks, of course, and just it's going to be a party.
And we are going to be broadcasting live from all the fun from 6 until 10. It's at the Bill Wright Golf Complex at Jefferson Park right here in Seattle. Get more info on the chaos at KISW.com. You are up and at 'em, and you are ready to seize the day. But we're not going to let you out into the world without a little pop culture knowledge, right, Steve?
That's right.
Let's tell these folks what's trending.
On the Daily Migs Show. Let's go. Let's go.
After 16 years, amassing more than 1,500 episodes, Mark Maron has announced that his iconic podcast, WTF with Mark Maron, is going to be ending this fall.
Oh, damn.
I know. It's wild.
16 years we've been doing this, and we've decided that we had a great run, and now basically it's time, folks. It's time. Is coming to an end, and it's our decision. We'll have our final episode sometime in the fall.
What the I mean,
did you ever listen to Mark Maron's podcast?
For sure.
I would always pick and choose. I haven't listened to it in forever, so I don't remember the last time I listened. I remember listening there was an episode where he interviewed the President Obama.
Oh, yes.
And then I found it more fascinating in the following episode about what went down in order to make that interview happen, where he interviewed his own producer and talked about all the Secret Service. Because
oh my gosh,
Obama came to his house.
That's so wild.
He would do the podcast in his garage, but I would always cherry pick it based on the guest.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I would tell you, he did a great job with these interviews,
and kind of one of the OGs of the podcast movement. You know,
inspiring so many to do podcasts. Maybe for the worst, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people, I'm like, I don't know. Do you really need to do a podcast? Hey, there's a show called Mythical Kitchen's Last Meals, and Joe Jonas from the Jonas Brothers was on it, and they were looking back on that 2009 episode of South Park. Do you remember that? I don't know if either one of you guys are big South Park fans.
I do know what you're talking about, although I am not a big South Park fan.
So in that episode, they're basically mocking the Jonas Brothers, and the Jonas Brothers were they were being made fun. But basically, Mickey Mouse was involved in it, as well as an episode called The Purity Ring, or The Ring, because they were known for having purity rings to make them basically say, hey, you don't have sex until marriage or whatever.
Of good boys.
And this was the moment from South Park.
Our decision is final. We have decided as a band not to wear purity rings anymore.
Yeah, you tell him, Joe. Boys, I know you're tired, but the purity rings are important to the company's image.
We don't care about the company.
And you're going to say that to the boss's face?
We aren't afraid of him.
Well, I hope you're right, because the boss is on his way here. Now.
Oh, Jesus, he's here. Boss is here.
What's all this I'm hearing about not wearing the purity rings?
There's Mickey Mouse, who's like a mobster, basically, and just kind of giving them a bunch of crap and basically saying that Disney's behind all these fake rings to just kind of sell sex and all that. So the Jonas brother, what was it? Joe Jonas was being interviewed about that, and he had this to say about that episode.
How big of an impact did that episode of South Park actually have?
I think I was the only brother that loved it.
Really?
Yeah. I think we didn't have as tough of, like, our skin was not as thick back then. And I thought it was hilarious because I watched South Park and I was like, this is so funny. I know what they're doing. They make fun of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like you've made it when South Park makes fun of you.
It's like a rite of passage.
Yeah.
You can like rest easy now. Like you accomplished a lot.
And nobody got it as bad as Tom Cruise and John Travolta.
Oh, my God.
With the Trapped in the Closet one.
Oh, the best.
Kanye got it pretty bad, too. Jennifer Lopez got it pretty bad as well. Ben Affleck.
Oh, those were good ones, too.
Yeah, so the Jonas Brothers, they should quit complaining.
Tinder is turning an old April Fool's joke into reality, and they're testing this new height filter. So it won't block anyone completely, but if you have a premium account, you can now guide the algorithm by height. So short kings, they're not exactly pumped about this.
I thought about this recently. I was having a conversation with a buddy, and they asked like if you could pick, because I don't know if you know this, but I don't have any hair. And they said, would you be willing to trade your height for hair?
Ooh.
And I was like, I thought about it for a second. I'm like, yeah, I always wonder like how differently you get treated if you had a full head of hair. Like, I don't know. Like, people judge you for the dumbest crap, including height. And I was like, I think I'd rather be bald and tall than short and have a full head of hair.
I mean, I think you look great with a bald head. I don't think you need to feel self-conscious about not having hair at all.
Thank you.
You're
That's not
so
what Danny
welcome.
tells me, but I appreciate that. Danny, so Danny's not short.
No, 5'10".
Okay, and you have a full head of hair, but let's just say somebody comes in here and says, I'm going to snap my fingers, and either you're going to lose a few inches or you have to lose the hair on top of your head. Which one are you going with?
Oh my God, my hair's kind of my thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed. So, but I think I'd go tall.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do short.
Have you ever done one of those bald filters like on Snapchat or something? Because I'm very curious to know what you would look like with no hair now.
Terrible.
You wear a hat. You just rock the hat all the time.
I mean, that's sure. I kind of do that anyway, but at the same time, it's actually funny. I've had people be like, "Oh, we thought you were balding. That's why you wear a hat all the time." I'm like, "No, it's because I don't want to do my hair in the morning." And they're like, you should really stop doing that.
I remember I used to wear a hat all the time, and somebody would tell me, you got to stop wearing a hat all the time. It's going to cause you to lose your hair. And I guess it did. But no, I mean, but I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because I look at like baseball players that have full heads of hair when they're like retired. Like I don't think me losing my hair is because I'm wearing a hat.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Debunk that.
I did, definitely. Hey, there's a new trend in China that has young people paying $5 a day. This is the dumbest thing I've ever read. To go to fake offices and pretend that they have jobs.
What?
That way they could say that they're not unemployed.
Oh my God. What are we doing?
I mean, they could just come here. I mean,
we'll put them to work.
They can work just as hard as the rest of us then, right? I remember many years ago, we did a bit on when I was working at the end on the Andy Savage show, and it was the dumbest thing. And I don't think we can get away with it now, but for like concert tickets, you had to go to a random company and had to have your cell phone on so we could listen to it. And you'd have to walk into the company and act like as if you worked there and see how long it takes until somebody says, "What are you doing here?"
Oh.
And it was super interesting, like where they would walk in and be like, "Yeah, I'm here from work." And the receptionist, back in the day when people had receptionists, this is how long ago this was like, "Well, I don't know who you are." And then their job was to try and fake it to get past the receptionist and then go find a place to sit.
I love that, and I think it's the most fun, and I think we should bring it back.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
Would you be willing to be the first person to go do it?
I would love to.
You would walk
it's like
in,
improv, it'll be so fun.
You would walk into a random business.
Why not? I'll put on like a pantsuit. Look like a boss bitch.
Okay. You have to walk in and then pretend to be the new boss.
The new CEO is here. I'll get some business cards.
Would you go by Tyron Daly, or would you come up with a more professional sounding name?
Oh, you don't think my name sounds professional?
Not at all.
Wow.
The Daily Migs Show.
How would you like a shot at beating Steve, the man with a record of 181 wins, 60 losses, and 42 ties in 2025. 206-803-ROCK. Call up now if you would like to play Beat Migs at 850.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Did the largest panoramic display in its class help the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus to be named Motor Trend's 2025 SUV of the Year? Maybe. Maybe it's because the Lincoln Nautilus offers both a gas and an available hybrid powertrain. Perhaps it's the new Lincoln Digital Experience, available 28-speaker sound system, or second-row legroom that is among the most in its class. Maybe it's a bit of everything. Discover it for yourself by visiting your local Lincoln retailer. Lincoln, the power of sanctuary. Class is medium, premium utility. Motor Trend 2025 SUV of the Year is a registered trademark of Motor Trend Group, LLC. All rights reserved.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Amazon has everything for every kind of Father's Day. Whether that's a waffle maker for his beloved breakfast in bed.
Come to Papa.
Or new pickleball paddles for some friendly father-son competition.
Come to Papa. Yeah!
Or gifts like a steel shaker for his signature Dad Hatton cocktail.
Come to Papa.
From cookware to sports gear, shop everything for Father's Day on Amazon.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Ted on I-5 is. Ted, are you there?
I am.
All right, Ted is ready to rock, which means, Steve, you got to get out of the studio, man.
Goodbye.
For those playing at home, Ted has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
In what month do we celebrate Father's Day?
June.
Correct. Yukon and fingerling are varieties of what?
Potato.
Correct. How many main islands make up the state of Hawaii?
5.
No.
4.
No.
6.
No. In what decade was IKEA founded?
70s.
No.
60s.
No.
90s.
No. What country is credited with inventing quiche?
France?
Yes. Who wrote the novel series The Green Mile?
Oh, goodness. Spielberg.
No.
I don't know. Pass.
How old must you be to run for president?
35.
Yes. The band Duran Duran took its name from which Jane Fonda sci-fi movie?
Pass.
The world's largest rose bush can be found in which Southwest state?
Southwest, Arizona.
Yes. How many studio albums did Van Halen release?
10.
No.
6.
No.
4.
No. The band Duran Duran took its name from which Jane Fonda sci-fi movie?
Pass again.
And as time expires, you still did pretty well. You got 5 correct there, Ted.
That's horrible, though.
No, I mean, it's split right down the middle. Steve only scored 4 one time. Steve, welcome back to the studio, but are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
In what month do we celebrate Father's Day?
I don't know. June?
We do. Yukon and fingerling are varieties of what?
Urban Dictionary phrases.
No.
They are potatoes.
They are. How many main islands make up the state of Hawaii?
6.
No.
9.
Nice, but no.
7.
No. In what decade was IKEA founded?
50s.
No.
60s.
No.
70s.
No. What country is credited with inventing quiche?
America.
No.
Canada.
No.
France.
Yes. Who wrote the novel series The Green Mile?
What?
Who wrote the novel series The Green Mile?
John Grisham.
No.
Charles Dickens.
No.
Lee Iacocca.
No. How old must you be to run for president?
69 years old.
Nice, but no.
35.
Yes. The band Duran Duran took its name from which Jane Fonda sci-fi movie?
I don't know a single Jane Fonda movie. I can't even come out. I don't know. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
No.
Terminator.
No.
Aliens.
No. The world's largest rose bush can be found in which Southwest state?
Arizona.
Yes. Steve. Coming in right at the buzzer to give you a score of 5, which is a tie.
All right.
5 to
I'll take
5.
it. Those were hard questions.
Have a good day, Ted.
Thank you.
Good luck in the windstorm.
I know, right? The number of islands that make up, main islands that make up the state of Hawaii is 8.
Damn it. If I had one more guess.
IKEA was founded in the 40s.
Oh, I was kicking myself because I'm like, I must have been founded like in the 80s.
Apparently it's OG.
Since the 40s, we've been confused by their directions.
Mm-hmm. The country, no, you already got that one. France, quiche, that's your favorite egg dish, right?
Yes.
The novel series The Green Mile was Stephen King.
It was?
Yes, and then Duran Duran took their name from the movie Barbarella.
I've heard of that movie. I have no idea what that honestly, I can't. Can you name another Jane Fonda movie?
No. How many you didn't get to this one. How many studio albums did Van Halen release?
6.
No,
9.
no. Nice, but no.
7?
No. 12. 12 of those bad boys. If people would like to look as cool as Danny does this morning, rocking his new I Beat Migs t-shirt, they can shop for one exclusively in the Rock Shop at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
The Mariners are back at home tonight, and they're holding on to that first place in the AL West mention at the moment.
Yeah, I think we're like half a game up right now.
This is our year, and we're going to talk all about it with Mariners broadcaster Gary Hill Jr. after Foo Fighters. Okay, say it with me, Steve. This is our year.
Let's go.
Go Mariners. Back home tonight versus Baltimore, and we've got our favorite Mariners broadcaster on with us right now, Gary Hill Jr. Good morning, Gary.
Morning. How's it going?
Gary, we're doing great. I have a question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot. So there's a few stories that are going on with the Mariners right now. I'm like, I can't wait to talk to Gary about this, that, or the other thing. So I'm going to list them off, but I want you to pick which one you want to talk about first.
I love it.
All right, we got Randy Johnson, his number being retired. We have Cal Raleigh and the incredible start to his season, just a monstrous amount of home runs, or the story of Cole Young. Which one do you want to go with?
Well, they're all great, but I feel like we have to start with Cal Raleigh.
Yes.
I mean, the term unbelievable, I think, gets overplayed in sports, but it is apt for Cal Raleigh this year. It has truly been unbelievable what he is doing. If you take Aaron Judge out of the mix, I think he's the clear front runner for AL MVP. He's been that good. When you're talking about best offensive season so far in baseball, it's a conversation with Judge, Ohtani, and Cal Raleigh. That's the conversation, right? He has been an absolute superstar and is doing things that catchers just don't do.
And
he has more home runs than any catcher's had in the first 2 months of the season.
It's been insane.
Unreal.
Yeah, and the funny part is watching, going on social media whenever, Major League Baseball is giving him his respect, his due respect, and just seeing people outside of Washington be like, I have no idea who this guy is. And I'm like, man, it's just a testament to being here in the Pacific Northwest, but it's kind of cool that all of a sudden there are people now learning who Cal Raleigh is and seeing why he's so great and why I think a lot of Mariners fans are just very happy that they locked him in for many years.
Oh, that's the great part, too. The whole thing is amazing, how it's all come together this year. And he's going to be a Mariner for a long time. I already think he has a unique bond with the fan base as well. It's something that Felix had, and, we've seen it down through the years with guys, Edgar Martinez. But I feel like Cal Raleigh has already had that bond. He has already supplied a signature moment in Mariners history, punching the ticket to the postseason. And he still has a lot of career ahead of him. And he is having such a marvelous season. He's going to be an all-star for the first time this season. He should be starting the game. I'm sure he'll get an invitation to the Home Run Derby. And you're right, the national conversation surrounding him has been so fun as people he's been one of the best catchers in baseball the last few years, but it's really catching on. No, Cal Raleigh's the best catcher in the game right now. And nationally, that's being recognized, which is super fun.
And I don't have the stats in front of me, but I feel like it is one of the rare instances where a team backs up the truck and pays a guy, and then he follows it up by having an even better season. Sometimes I feel like you're paying him for their past success, and then things start kind of falling apart, and you're like, oh man, I can't believe we dropped all that coin for this guy. But in this situation, it feels like that pay raise has led to him even being a better player.
That's what's fun about this extension too, because it is coming a time where he's in his prime, and he's going to spend his best years as a Seattle Mariner. And honestly, that's the tricky part about free agency, because guys get to that stage and sometimes they can be past their prime depending on their age. Yeah. But Cal is right in the middle of his best years, and he's going to spend them in a Seattle Mariners uniform. Hopefully he'll only spend his time in a Seattle Mariners uniform.
I support that.
He's already on his way to the Edgar Griffey, that type of status. That's how I feel like we could be talking about Cal Raleigh down the road.
We're talking with Mariners broadcaster Gary Hill Jr. And Gary, I know Steve mentioned Cole Young. Definitely want to talk about him because his story was absolutely remarkable. Getting, basically called out of a game that he was playing down with the Rainiers and being told, hey, you got to go to Seattle. And then his parents were there for just an epic moment. Talk about what that was like.
Oh, amazing. I can't get enough of those videos. The call-up videos are just the best. When you see the lifelong dream realized, and not only for the player themselves, but for the families as well, and to the family on scene for him, his first Major League RBI was a walk-off, if you can believe it. I mean, you couldn't have written a better script than that. He's one of the youngest players in baseball right now, and it's super exciting because the Mariners have had and have a really good farm system. And there's a lot of really exciting players in there. And in terms of position players, Cole Young's kind of the first of this wave that we're all pretty excited to see. So the fact that he's here and contributing already is so phenomenal. And I can't get enough of the family, seeing, and he talked about it too, he grew up in Pittsburgh, and summer ball and travel ball in Pittsburgh wasn't always the easiest thing. So his family would fly him to Florida and fly him to Georgia when he was, a kid. And you think about all the hours and all the time, all his family has been there to support him. And there they were watching his Major League debut on scene, thinking about just the journey to get there. I always think that's the best.
And we're talking with Gary Hill Jr., Mariners broadcaster, also lifelong Mariners fan as well, which I love to pick your brain about this question because I started thinking about it yesterday with Randy Johnson. They announced that they're going to be retiring his number 51. And it's a loaded question, but if you had to pick one Mariners legend, I'm going to give you a couple to pick from that you wish you could just grab and put on this current roster, who would it be? Would it be Randy Johnson, the other number 51, Ichiro, Felix Hernandez, or Ken Griffey Jr.? Who are you going with?
Oh, man. What a question. This is impossible. Oh, man. I would take, I don't even know. I would take every one of them. But I got to say, dropping Griffey in the middle of this lineup would be pretty great.
Right.
Like, I love that. You know, Randy was, for the people that weren't here, it was phenomenal to watch him every 5 days. It was appointment baseball. I remember going to those games in the Kingdom because you never knew. You went to the park thinking that you were going to see something great that day and probably something you've never seen before. And he pitched with such intensity and sometimes anger and would dominate, just utterly destroy the opposition. 10 strikeouts, 12 strikeouts, 14 strikeouts. Just every single time out. I remember one game, one of my favorite baseball games I was at the Kingdom. I went with my good friend, Paul Moore. We had tickets in center field, and we get to center field, and it was a nationally televised game. There was a camera in our seat, and we're like, this is kind of weird. So they're like, okay, we're moving you. You're fine. They move us right behind home plate, and we're like 4 rows back, and it was a Randy Johnson game. Wow. And I had never been that close to watching him pitch, and it was unreal to watch the stuff. I had no idea how anyone hit it. Most of them didn't, but I had no idea how you'd make contact with that. But seeing it up close was one of my great memories as a kid. It was unbelievable.
It'd be hard to watch the game. I'd be mesmerized by that mullet the whole time, though.
Yeah, that's exactly. And the mustache just kind of fluttering as he would go into his windup. Yeah, the whole thing.
Styling and profiling.
Hey, Gary, we're going to be coming. We're going to be doing an event over at the Mariners game on June 18th. Where KSW listeners could go to our website, KSW.com, and get discounted tickets. Plus, proceeds will go to the National MS Society.
Yes, that's right.
We got to. I'm sure you're a little busy, but it'd be great to track you down and say hi to you.
Oh yeah, that would be great. I'd love to run into you. That sounds like fun. Let's do that.
Afternoon games are always the best at Mariners at T-Mobile Park.
Sunny day. Yeah, there's no better place to be. I mean, it's a lot better than work. So,
100%.
Yeah.
We're offering to call people's bosses and get them out of work.
Or write
Gary.
a letter, yeah.
Yeah,
anything.
for sure.
That's the right thing to do.
It is.
I think you're doing a service. Yes, you're doing a service for society. That's good.
Gary Hill Jr., you can follow him on Instagram. Handle is at Gary Hill Jr. Mariners again at home tonight versus the Orioles. And Gary, we look forward to chatting with you again real soon.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Take care.
The Daily Migs Show.
We know you're a massive music fan, but could you name a song after only hearing one single second of the chorus? Prove it to us. And if you do, we're going to hook you up with AEW Collision tickets for Saturday, June 21st at the ShoWare Center.
I'll be there,
Kent,
brother.
206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
What kind of programs does this school have? How are the test scores? How many kids do a classroom? Homes.com knows these are all things you ask when you're home shopping as a parent. That's why each listing on Homes.com includes extensive reports on local schools, including photos, parent reviews, test scores, student-teacher ratio, school rankings, and more. The information is from multiple trusted sources and curated by Homes.com's dedicated in-house research team. It's all so you can make the right decision for your family. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Amazon has everything for every kind of Father's Day. Whether that's a waffle maker for his beloved breakfast in bed
Come to Papa.
Or new pickleball paddles for some friendly father-son competition.
Come to Papa. Yeah!
Or gifts like a steel shaker for his signature Dad Hatton cocktail.
Come to Papa.
From cookware to sports gear, shop everything for Father's Day on Amazon.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
No matter why your clients give, their donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. They can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or other non-cash assets like real estate and even crypto, while recommending grants at any time. DAF Giving 360 can offer you over 25 years of expertise, bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
It's time for Hook or Shook, the game with absolutely no integrity. We'll play 1 second of a hook from a song, then you have to guess what it is. We'll bend the rules, pull out all the stops, and do anything to help you win. But you might just get shook, as one of us will play too and possibly cost you the game.
This week, we are playing for tickets to AEW Collision. That is happening on Saturday, June 21st at the ShoWare Center in Kent. And Steve Migs, you're going to be there.
And fingers crossed I'll be wrestling there, too. It's a chance. It's a slim chance, but it could happen.
That could be most epic.
So hopefully you could join us and then hang out, too.
I'm rooting for you. I'm also rooting for Alan from Seattle, who's our contestant this morning. What's up, Alan?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Oh, we're doing great, my friend. We're going to spin this wheel and see if you're playing with me or Migs.
I think with the wheel. Who's it going to land on? Right now it's on me, and I believe it's going to stay there. It's you and me, Alan. Let's win you those AEW tickets.
Let's do it, Steve.
All right, Alan. Here is your clip.
I'm singing it in my head. I know it's The Offspring.
I know, same here. I'm trying to think of the song.
Oh, I think I got it. Danny, play it again.
Is it about children, Steve?
I believe, yes, you are going down the right road.
The kids aren't all right?
Bam! Let's go, Alan. I don't know the lyrics, but I know the melody. Pretty cool.
Wow. You're very in tune.
Thank you. I was practicing.
Alan made that look easy. All right, Steve.
Yeah, Alan. Right now, we are 50% away from you winning these tickets.
All right, Steve, here is your clip.
23.
Like you're a freshman year.
What's my age again? Blink 182. We know Danny's back because it's two pop punk bands and Hook or Shook.
Just about to say that.
Welcome back, Danny, and congratulations, Alan. We're sending you to AEW Collision on Saturday, June 21st. Hopefully Steve Migs makes it into the ring.
Oh, dude, if I'm there, you better take a picture of me wrestling.
I will.
Awesome, brother. I'll look for you, and I'll rip my shirt and throw it at you.
Wow.
I probably won't do that.
Things got real aggressive there real quick.
Kind of did.
The Daily Migs Show. Daily Migs Show.
Have we talked about something this morning that you want to talk about? Call 206-803-ROCK. We will check in with the Rockaholics after Lenny Kravitz.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Amazon has everything for every kind of Father's Day. Whether that's a waffle maker for his beloved breakfast in bed,
Come to Papa.
or new pickleball paddles for some friendly father-son competition.
Come to Papa. Yeah!
Or gifts like a steel shaker for his signature Dad Hatton cocktail.
Come to Papa.
From cookware to sports gear, shop everything for Father's Day on Amazon.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Donor-advised funds from DAF Giving 360. Your clients can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or appreciated assets like real estate. It's a simple, tax-smart way to give. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
There have been some spectacular texts and calls today that we have not had a chance to chat with you about, but right now we are checking in with the Rockaholics. So go ahead and call up if you'd like to chime in on anything from today's show or if you have something on your mind that you want to discuss with us. And the number is 206-803-ROCK.
There's some great texts this morning, guys. Some have questions for members of the show, others commenting on the topics that we were doing. Let's start off with a question for Danny V, since he is back from Disneyland, New Mexico, and everywhere else in between.
Yeah, right.
Somebody wanted to know, Danny, what emo night do you host every month? My wife and I were trying to go to the Knitting Factory in Spokane, but we had to cancel, and I didn't see any other shows in the area for a couple of months.
Oh, boo. Yeah, well, see, Spokane only happens quarterly.
Okay.
So we haven't announced the next date yet, but I will say keep August on the books.
Okay. And what about Seattle?
Seattle happens every month. We're doing that one Friday, June 13th, which I'm so excited. I love the Friday the 13th ones.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone dresses up in black. I mean, we all dress up.
Wait a second. I was like, it's emo night. Everybody dresses up in black all the time.
Wow.
You know what's cool, though? And I've always wanted to do this because Numos is right next to Super Genius, which our friend Damon Conklin works for, owns. And at that point, I was like, I wonder if there's a way that I could finagle it to go get a tattoo and then go do emo night. And I feel like everyone that should go should do the same thing.
That's awesome.
Would you get an emo night tattoo?
Of course I would. I have 2 already.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then that's not that big of a deal then, right?
I just want more.
More.
Well, it's funny you bring up Damon because somebody did text in and say, hey, are you guys actually going to be at the Seattle Tattoo Expo? And are you going to be giving away Daly Migs tattoos? If so, I'm totally there. So it's SeattleTattooExpo.com. We haven't figured out all the details just yet. Our buddy Damon is in Europe right now, but he's going to be working on a flash tattoo. And for those that don't know, that's like they make tattoos that are easy and quick to tattoo. Like you can get them done in a couple of minutes. And they put them on people who are willing to take them. So he's going to make a Daly Migs inspired flash tattoo. And if Danny, you weren't here for the conversation with Damon, but here's our chat with Damon where we just kind of put him on the spot because the thought popped in my mind as we were doing the interview. You hear about these events happen where they do flash tattoos where you can get these quick little tattoos. Do you think we could have a Daly Migs booth where people can get Daly Migs tattoos?
Let's make that happen. Let's do it.
For a couple hours.
To do that.
That would be amazing if people showed up and got Daly Migs tattoos.
I will go out of my way to draw custom personal Daly Migs flash for you, man.
Oh, my gosh.
I will get it done.
Absolutely.
I feel like then I have to get that tattoo as well.
I'm absolutely getting it.
How funny is that? I've been that's my bucket list is one day to get a nice tattoo from Damon because Damon, not blowing smoke up your butt, you're truly one of my favorite artists, and I think what you do is just incredible. And I think
love everything you do, and you're on my bucket list too, brother.
Oh, how funny it would be if it's a ridiculous Daly Migs tattoo is the one that I get the Damon tattoo, and it's that.
You finally get your moment?
Yeah.
And then you can do one on me.
Yes!
Oh, it's going to be.
This is going to be the greatest Seattle Tattoo Expo ever. August 15th, 16th, and 17th, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
So, Danny, Taryn and I are going to get the Daly Migs flash tattoo. I got to imagine. No pressure, no arm twisting over here, but I got to imagine you would do it too.
First off, yes. Secondly, can you get it on your head?
No.
Right on the back of his... Yeah.
I was thinking more on the neck. Go like full Cody Rhodes.
Not side neck. How about front neck? Right on the esophagus.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, if you do it, I'll do it.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
Yes, I will get the tattoo with you guys.
I don't even know where would I get it. I was thinking like I could do it on my hand.
Ooh.
Your first hand tattoo is going to be
Oh,
Daly
my
Migs?
gosh. Oh, my gosh. I just got it figured out. DALY on one set of knuckles. MIGS on the other set of knuckles.
You do that. Yeah.
The Daly Migs Show.
Get ready to tee off at the first ever Miles Montgomery Golf Classic presented by Pinky's Plumbing. We don't know if there's any spots left, but there could be. And if there are, you better sign up right now at KISW.com and then come see us. We're going to be broadcasting live Monday morning. Details at KISW.com. I have yet to take my son Barrett to Disneyland, but when I do go, I think I'm taking Danny and his daughter Lily with us because
thanks for the invite, you jerk.
nobody knows that park and nobody knows Disneyland better than our Disney dad, Danny.
Oh, then don't take me because I even get the app with the map and I still get lost. You don't want me helping you out with that.
Well, here is some of the audio from the most magical place on earth.
Lily, we are sitting here in Tomorrowland, day 2. It's only 6 o'clock in the evening. How are you feeling?
My feet hurt. That's all I say.
Oh, so she's turned into a 40-year-old woman since the last time we've seen her. Yes, I understand that. How are your feet doing?
Ha ha ha! It hurts.
It's a lot of freaking walking.
It's so much walk. Like I'm just like, how is this possible that we walk so much?
Do you know how many steps you took?
I think each day we average over 25,000.
Yeah, I remember one time when we had Apple Watches, we did like how many miles, and it was like I almost said the bad word, but a crap ton of miles. Like I think it might have been like 10.
I think we did 8 one day.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's insane.
What has been your favorite part so far of the DL?
Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. It's just like a fun drop tower.
See, now I've not done Guardians of the Galaxy, but I did it when it was the Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
It's the exact same, except for they just change up like the characters in it.
How's like the walk up though? Because the walk up when it was Tower of Terror was pretty freaking cool.
It's cool, yeah. You go through like the whole Guardians of the Galaxy scenes. They have like things, and there's a whole story that goes along with it, and it does look really cool.
Yeah, which one do you think's better though?
Oh, Tower of Terror, of course.
Yeah,
Twilight Zone.
These kids these days don't understand what we had.
Which one do you think Steve would like, and which one do you think Taryn would like ride in the entire park?
Steve would probably like Incredicoaster.
Why do you think Steve would like Incredicoaster?
I feel like he likes really like high-end rides.
Yeah, I'm a fancy guy. I'm very bougie. I like my high end. Wait, so what's the Incredicoaster?
So that
Is that the Incredibles?
Yeah, it's the Incredibles.
Okay.
It used to be like it used to be called California Screaming. It's the fastest.
Yeah.
It's kind of like rock and roller coaster.
I freaking love it. Yeah, great. I mean, I'm a Space Mountain guy, but that was a solid number 2. Yeah, it was. Hell yeah, good call, Lily.
So I feel like he would like it since it's like a huge attraction.
What about Taryn?
I think Taryn would like Big Thunder Mountain.
Which one's Big Thunder Mountain? Can you remind me?
That's the one with the runaway train. It's also a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Okay, that one is badass.
Okay. I haven't been in so long, Danny.
She's
I forget
crushing
these
it
things.
so far.
Is.
She didn't say it's a small world, so I'm fine with either of those.
How come?
I think she would like it because I think she would like the part where when you go up and there's like the waterfall and the ponds with like the bats and the colors inside of the ponds.
Which ride do you think Steve would not like?
He would not like the teacups.
How come?
Because he would probably get sick.
I mean, she's probably not wrong.
And pass out.
I think I've been on the teacups before.
Teacups are awful.
Yeah, I don't like those. She's crushing it so far. She
knows
it.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably throw up everywhere.
Yeah.
What about Taryn?
Taryn, she would probably not like the symphony swings.
How come?
I feel like because it would be too high.
What's the
Oh, so she got that one wrong. Because if we know anything about Taryn Daly, is that she's a fan of being too high.
I like being high.
The Daly Migs Show.
You can join us at the Mariners game on Wednesday, June 18th, 2 weeks from tomorrow, as the Mariners take on the Red Sox. We have a hookup on discounted tickets for that game, plus $2 from every ticket sold is going to go back to the National MS Society. Get all the info at KISW.com.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
Ryan Castle is in the studio. Can you give us an update? Do we still have some foursomes available for the Miles Montgomery Golf Classic on Monday?
I looked and I believe they are still there. So,
do they not realize that by being a part of the foursome, you also get your own men's room ball sack?
yes, that is true.
We did get to see the swag bag yesterday. It is pretty dope.
Pretty good. Yeah. And the only downside of the whole thing is that you have to play golf. I mean, you get cool stuff. You get to drink outside before noon.
Yeah.
The weather's going to be beautiful that day. Again, if you didn't have to play golf, it'd be amazing.
I still think my favorite part is that there's a hole that's sponsored by Trapper Sushi, and it'll be Trapper Sushi rolls there for people to eat.
I cannot wait.
There's a Trapper Sushi towel in the swag bag too.
And apparently, one of the holes you have to putt while sitting on the toilet.
Yes, we had some fun.
It's a very highbrow tournament.
There's also alcohol available just about everywhere.
And the details can be found at KISW.com.
So join us, won't you?
Let's go from one sport to another. Let's talk a little bit about baseball. Yesterday was the 35th anniversary of Randy Johnson's big no-hitter when he was on the Mariners, and yesterday the team decided to use that as a reason to announce that they will retire Randy Johnson's number 51 during the 2026 season. I did hear that when he agreed to it, he wanted to make sure that they retired Ichiro's number 51 before they retired his. There seems to be a lot of love between those two players, which
Very
I think
cool.
is pretty freaking cool. So he's one of the few, though. He'll become the 5th Mariner in history to receive the honor of having their jersey number retired. He's joining Ken Griffey Jr. You remember what number?
24.
All right. Edgar Martinez.
11.
Yes. Ichiro.
69.
Yes.
51.
And then, although he wasn't a Mariner, but all the teams have done this, Jackie Robinson.
16.
No.
I don't remember.
I think Griffey reversed.
42.
There you go.
Aha, I did pretty good there.
Aha.
Seattle, no shocker here, remains one of the priciest rental markets in the entire United States. The average monthly rent is now $2,110.
And that's just for one room in a house.
A studio.
Yeah.
I'm renting the bathroom in my basement for $1,500 right now.
It's just a tree house, actually. We're 30% higher than the national average, which is bonkers.
I have so many friends that have posted out they recently left Washington, and they're talking about what they're freely sharing what their mortgage or what their rent is. And I'm like, okay, I understand why you left Washington.
Yeah. It's a spendy one out there. They say if you want to live comfortably in Seattle, you have to earn over $84,000 a year.
To live in Seattle.
Which, again, is why I'm renting the bathroom in my basement for $1,500 a month.
Have any of you been to Remlinger Farms for their...
You know what? I haven't been out there yet, no.
And they're doing concerts now there, which I think a lot of people are very excited about, except for the community in Incarnation, because apparently traffic has become a massive issue because of these concerts.
This was a big issue last season during their concert season, and then apparently after this last weekend, now people are really enraged.
2 sold out.
Leon Bridges.
Who the hell's Leon Bridges?
Come
Dude, he's Mr. and Mrs. Bridges, kid. Everyone knows
He's
that.
so
like
great.
Todd Bridges?
Sure.
From Different Strokes?
I don't know.
Leon
Willis
Bridges
has got kids? Who the hell is Leon Bridges?
He's got kind of some cool swag soul going on. He's a crooner.
Okay.
I thought he was a country artist.
No.
I just typecast him based on his name. And Leon Bridges sounds like a country artist.
He's not a country artist.
Does he play with Billy Strings?
He probably could.
Well, anyways, yeah, a lot of people are like, hey, look, can we get like a big roundabout to help things out? And they're just trying to figure out how to improve traffic in that area. And we're dealing with that in Puyallup. Not a concert venue, but there's now new apartment complexes that are going up on Shaw Road, and everyone's freaking out because Shaw Road's just like one lane for each side. We're like, what do you expect traffic to be like once these apartments are getting filled?
I feel like this is happening everywhere right now.
Well,
There's no plan.
If you want to get out of Carnation or Puyallup, I'm renting the bathroom in my basement for $1,500 a month.
Hey, the Mariners, they're back at it tonight. They're taking on the Baltimore Orioles at T-Mobile Park. So head on down there if you want to see the Mariners hopefully win and continue being the number 1 team in the AL West. As far as weather, it's going to be a nice day today. 72 degrees, cloudy. The DMV is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with the Morning 12 Fact.
The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
You don't just live in your home. You live in your neighborhood as well. So when you're shopping for a home, you want to know as much about the area around it as possible. Luckily, Homes.com has got you covered. Each listing features a comprehensive neighborhood guide from local experts. Everything you'd ever want to know about a neighborhood, including the number of homes for sale, transportation, local amenities, cultural attractions, unique qualities, and even things like median lot size and a noise score. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Amazon has everything for every kind of Father's Day. Whether that's a waffle maker for his beloved breakfast in bed,
Come to Papa.
or new pickleball paddles for some friendly father-son competition.
Come to Papa. Yeah!
Or gifts like a steel shaker for his signature Dad Hatton cocktail.
Come to Papa.
From cookware to sports gear, shop everything for Father's Day on Amazon.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
No matter why you give, your donations can do so much more. With a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360, you can potentially grow your charitable dollars tax-free and give now or over time by donating cash, publicly traded securities, or non-cash assets like real estate and crypto. With over 25 years of expertise bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together, DAF Giving 360 can help you make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org.